Hey guys, it's Dr. Anderson, Life Essentials Chiropractic in Missouri City. Guys, today I want to talk to you about 3 basic changes with your macros that can make all the difference in at least solving some of the big rocks in your daily nutrition. So the first one is your proteins. We want to perfect your proteins. We want to realize that the sourcing of your meats, whatever you ate, is whatever you're building your body out of, right? So 3 things we want to think about here. With your beef, corn, genetically modified corn that's sprayed with glyphosate is highly harmful to the human body and human health. When cows eat that, it also creates a very unhealthy, highly inflammatory, lopsided ratio of omega-3s to omega-6s. And when you eat that, that's the type of cow that you've heard red meat causes heart disease. It creates a lot of inflammation and a lot of health problems. So the solution for that is what we call, instead of cows by man, we want to have a cow by God, which is the way cows were made and the way cows are naturally raised and should live. They actually don't cause any of those health problems, and they can be very healthy. So what you want to look for in the grocery store with your terminology is organic, 100% grass-fed and finished beef. These are going to have healthy ratios that are in the proper range. They're not going to be inflammatory, and they're not going to put you at risk for things like heart disease and metabolic issues. So that's the beef. As far as your fish, there's farm-raised and there's wild-caught. Guys, you need to avoid farm-raised fish at all costs. For one, it's terrible for the environment. It can hurt other species of fish being raised in outside the cages. It can breed sea lice. It can create other problems with the ecology of the fish. But when you eat it, it's similar to the beef. The foods that the fish eat, even they can be very nutrient devoid. They can have unhealthy ratios of fats, and even they become so nutrient deficient that there's certain times that they even feed it food coloring and dye to make the salmon turn that pink, nice color that you want a salmon to be when you buy it to make it attractive, because the farm-raised ones are pale, mushy, unhealthy flesh. And what do you think that does to your body when you consume it? So there's your fish, and then the next one is your poultry. For poultry, you want to consider pasture-raised free range, which is not the same as cage-free. We want to be fully pasture-raised, where the chickens are eating things that chickens naturally eat, insects, bugs, worms, and that's when the chicken gets healthy enough with the right ratios of macros in its flesh so that you eat it. And all these things will be chemical-free. They'll be free of antibiotics, steroids, pesticides, any sort of harmful chemicals, and even food products like grains and unhealthy things they wouldn't naturally eat that change the constitution of their flesh, which is going to change the constitution of your body. So that's how you're going to perfect your proteins. The next one is your fats. Fat does not make you fat. You should not be afraid of fat. Fat is an essential, healthy nutrient loaded with essential vitamins. But the key is that today we are completely overrun with seed oils. You may have been seeing this in the news a lot lately this last 18 months. But this has been going on for decades in North America. So anything that has things like canola oil, soybean oil, safflower oil, anything that says corn oil, vegetable oils, those things are what's called hydrogenated or partially hydrogenated oil. And you're going to be shocked. I want you to start reading the ingredient list on every single prepackaged item that you buy in the store, and you'll be shocked that it's in chips and crackers and cookies and breads, and anything that comes in a box many times, it's in there. And those are things that you want to avoid that causes massive inflammation and damage to the arteries, the brain, all sorts of things, your joints. It can be very inflammatory to the body. So healthy fats are going to be things like avocado, olive oil, nuts, seeds, wild-caught fish, the free-range eggs, the omega-3s, things like chia seeds, flax seeds, fish oil. There's great sources of fat, coconut products. There's some great healthy sources of fat that you should put in your routine every single day, and they won't cause any problem. They're going to benefit your body. And the last one is your carbs. We want to fix your fats, and now we want to curb your carbs. So carbs, you need carbs. But carbs should mostly come from plants. Things like your vegetables are carbs, your fruits are carbs. If you're gonna do some sprouted whole grain, sourdough would be ideal if you're gonna do some breads, but you do wanna limit the grain intake because of phytic acid and genetically modified crops that get in there. So the key with that is most your carbs should come from plant sources, fruits, vegetables. Keep the total overall sugar content down, and those 3 basic changes can make all the difference by knocking out your big rocks in your nutrition.